Hello everyone, my name's Kira Kane, and today I'm going to be going through Tophia's most recent live. Now, the live isn't that long, it's almost 30 minutes, but I'm mainly just going to be going through like points where she talks about starting a business, her going to therapy, and her plans for like improving her life. The rest of the stuff is just unimportant and uninteresting to me, so I'm only going to be focusing on these points. So if you want to see like the full live, I'll be putting a link to the full video down in the description. So yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Just go. I am so mad because, well, I'm kind of mad. I have a stupid curfew, right? And even with the curfew, I didn't even know because All American Rejects had a pop-up concert free and I couldn't go. Bruh. I saw it everywhere. They were like, oh, they had a pop-up concert here in Albuquerque in the South Valley. I'm like, bro, that would have been nice to know. Hold on. Wait. Oh, sorry. People that I like. Your life is a vacation. If my life was a vacation, I would enjoy it. I'm not enjoying it, so it's not a vacation.
Okay, Tophia, even though you're not enjoying your current circumstances, that still doesn't change the fact that it's basically like a vacation. You don't have a job, you don't have responsibilities, you can wake up at whatever time you want, and you have very minimal responsibilities. Again, you're acting like a teenager who doesn't have to do anything for themselves and you can just rely on others. Again, you may not enjoy this period of your life, but it is a vacation, so stop saying that you should deserve a vacation. A lot of people actually work hard to provide for themselves and their families, and you don't do either. You just sit around and be lazy. So no, Tophia, you don't deserve a vacation.
I think what else I plan to do, work on my businesses and my social media. When I have a place, I can do a lot more on my social media, but I really need to make a stable living, and I need to work on my clothing stuff and then try to work on my restaurant. So there's that. I'll never get a place at this point. With that attitude, I will never get a place. Thank you for the roses. Imagine thought process, right? This is what I learned in therapy is negative thinking attracts negative actions. When you think negatively, then you start doing negatively. When you think positively, you start doing positively. It's all about changing your thinking patterns. Right? Imagine if I thought like you and was like, well, I'm never gonna get a place. There's always all these roadblocks and blah. But to be honest with you, you know what I mean? What is going on? I don't know. Anyways. Hey, look, I'm a clown. Oh, God. But you know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
What do you mean you're working on your business? What business do you have? And also, clothing, what are you doing for that clothing? All you're doing is just saying the stuff. You're not actually doing it. And yes, changing your mindset when you work on something can help you improve in that thing. But again, there needs to be action behind those words and that mentality. You yourself have not done anything and you still have that negative mentality. You just mask it under this, ooh, I'm a positive person type persona you keep bringing up every now and then. Like, you're not doing anything. All you're doing is just saying you will, but not actually doing it. Like, I guarantee you, as soon as you get housing, nothing about your content will change. What about your content will change when you have a place? When you still had a place, the content was pretty much just the same. You'd actually start uploading to YouTube. Tophia, you could actually start uploading to YouTube and earning some ad revenue and actually earning like some money instead of just cents. So instead of just saying, hey, I'm waiting for a house before I start making actually good content, to make it right now.
Oh, God. But you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Hold on. But it is insane to me, right? I'm going to therapy and I'm learning these things and I'm trying to work on my thought patterns. Sometimes my thought process is horrible. Sometimes I'm horrible to myself. I don't know. If I thought like that, then I would get nowhere in life. Carwell, I'm sure that the cooler blasting speaks for itself. But you know what I mean? I just don't know nowhere in life, obviously, because I believed I would be nowhere in life. Do you know how bad my thinking was? Of course, obviously, when you think negatively, you act negatively. You don't want to do anything anymore because it affects you. Of course, I have major depression, and I probably always had that major depression for a while. When you're depressed, you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to do anything. When I had the apartment, I didn't want to get out of bed. I'm going to be honest. I had plastic water bottle mountain. Some people have you drink water bottle, just threw it there. My room wasn't horrible per se, but it wasn't good. Food, I was good on food. I threw all my food trash and all that stuff. But to be 100% honest with you, I was depressed at that time. And especially in 2020, 2021, I believe it was. When was it? 22, 21. I was in the surgery with a pericardial effusion. Around 2020, I believe 2021, my grandma died. My other grandma died. That didn't help. My friend died on my birthday. Oh, everyone was dying. Then my grandma's brother died. So, two of her brothers, I think, died. And the only one that's left is her sister and this other brother, I think. It's not a self-diagnosis. It's legal on paper. But anyways, I'm not going to argue with people that want to argue with themselves. But, man, everyone was dying. My grandma died. That was hard. My dad's mom died. It was kind of hard. She was not the best grandmother. And sometimes you just don't have feeling for people who are evil. I'm sorry. What can I say? But when my friend died, that was hard because it was on my birthday. And I remember her saying one time she wanted me to call her, and I lost her number. I couldn't find it. And after she died, what happens? Go figure, I find her number. I don't know. Man, it's just too much. But take it one day at a time. I don't handle death very well. Death is hard for me. It's hard. It really is. When someone that I really care about dies, that is a process. Who died? Well, in 2020, 3 people died, and I had to deal with that. Both my grandmothers died. I don't have no grandparents. My dad's dad left when he was born, so he never met his dad. So his stepdad died. But my grandpa, as far as my dad's side, I've never met him or seen him, so I don't know if he's alive. My grandma died on my mom's side, and then my friend died, and then my grandma's brothers died. So I'm like, bro. He was in an accident, he was struck, and he died. And what was weird, I was gonna post this song, my story. How did they know? I am in love with this song because I love the song, Ambrosia. Anyway, sorry. Is that an electric bike? And it's purple? Oh, I love that bike. Anyways, the day that my grandma's brother died, I took this picture, which I still have on my phone, and the sun had made a cross. I saw the cross. And I still have that picture on my Android. I don't have it because I don't have my Android. Thank you for the meerkat.
Okay, let's say you were going through like depression and stuff, a depressive episode after all those people around you were passing away. What did you do to like actively improve your mental health? Nothing. You didn't go seek out help. So don't come around here using your major depression, which I highly doubt you have, as an excuse to be lazy. People can have major depression and actively try to improve their lives. You are doing nothing but using depression as an excuse to be lazy. And also saying when someone you care about dies, you feel bad. Like your reaction to your brother's death, the immediate reaction to your brother's death, and your actions afterwards, like you don't seem that upset he's gone. You just seem like you're upset the fact that you have to do more for yourself. You miss what he will do for you, not that you miss him as a person, which is disgusting.
And since we're on greedy people, let's talk about greedy James Charles, because you literally told that Spirit Airlines worker the worst thing to happen to her was to lose her job, and then mock and make fun of her because she put her GoFundMe, she sent you her GoFundMe, and you as a rich white man that wants to be a black woman because you got a BBL, which is the bad BBL. I'm sorry, but James Charles with a BBL, I cannot. Like, that ain't cute, you. I'm sorry, I never liked James Charles. He should have lost his job after he got caught talking to underage people. But clearly people bypass that and still buy his makeup even after this. So, hey guys, my live got taken down for bullying and harassment, and guess what it was? It was me talking about James Charles when he said what he said to that Spirit Airlines worker. So, yeah, that's great. Woohoo. So, that means I won't be able to go live for 3 days, which is okay. I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I can't go back live because they said it did violate guidelines, which was crazy. Because all I said was James Charles wanted to be a black woman and he has a bad BBL, and I guess that somehow equates to bullying and harassment, because it's not like dark-skinned black women don't get bullied and harassed on this app every day, but yet they don't do anything about that. But okay, whatever. It is what it is.
And that's when her life was taken down for bullying. I don't know anything about James Charles. From what I've heard of him, he's a pretty disgusting guy. But you could have criticized him on something else besides the way he looks and his race. You're such a superficial person, so you always go after the way they look first. And when people do the same to you, you immediately go to racism. But when people accuse you of being racist, you go, oh no, I can't be racist because I'm quote unquote black. Okay, in this story, like, she doesn't seem too upset that she got banned. She's just like, oh, whatever, I barely go live. Like, she doesn't sound that upset about being banned from TikTok. Despite her continuously reminding her audience and basically preaching to her audience saying that this is her job, she needs to do it, and this is her reaction to being banned. Okay, again, Tophiachu just showing off how dumb she is. Two things could be true at once. Black women can get bullied online, and there are people who will call that out and show how wrong that is. But you can also be a bully and a racist. The thing is, you just refuse to acknowledge the fact that you yourself are a racist. Stop trying to hide behind you being quote unquote black. And yeah, that's about it for like what I wanted to talk about in this video. Again, most of it is just her usual spiel about stuff she doesn't really know a lot about and stuff that I've already heard before, so I decided to just talk about what interested me this time. If you like this shorter video, comment down below. If you want me to do my usual longer videos where I go through the whole stream, make sure to let me know in the comments. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye.